I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be women need to wonder about you. Well, it's counterintuitive, and I know a lot of guys that find out about my work really struggle with this concept because it just makes absolutely no sense. I mean, because us guys, we're visual creatures, and the bottom line is when we see a drop-dead, gorgeous, sexy woman walk into the room, or we see her on TV, or we see her walking by in the mall, or wherever it happens to be, or we encounter her and meet her and start talking to her, I mean, honestly, we're thinking about sticking something in her. I mean, that's just, guys are pigs. I know it's shocking to some women to hear an admission like that, but it's true. We're visual creatures. And so as long as she's hot and she's sexy and she seems fun, we're in. We're sold. But when it comes to women take a lot longer. And when I teach guys, it's like the thing they have a hard time getting their head around is they feel like they got to do something to make her want him more. The counterintuitive thing is, and the reality is that women need time and space away from you where they're not talking to you so they can wonder about you, so they can wonder when you're going to call next, so they can wonder where they stand with you, so they can talk to their girlfriends and tell them about the last date that you went on, and try to strategize and try to figure you out, figure when you're going to call next. And just the very nature of the fact that you give them a few days or a little bit of space to do that, that's the time, just like I like to say, it's like baking a cake in the oven. You got to put the cake in the oven and you got to let it bake for a while until, I mean, I had a woman that I dated many years ago, and not only her, but her mother, and both of them, she and her mother were fucking gorgeous. And they both told me, they said, Corey, you have to give her the space and the time for her feelings to develop. Don't try to force things. And that's what a lot of guys do, is because we just literally are been brainwashed by seeing tens of thousands of TV programs and movies where it's just fucking beat into your head that you got to be a stalker and chase women. And eventually, after some period of time, they throw in the towel and realize that you're the love of their life and they only want to be with you. And when you're conditioned to think like, well, I just got to try, I've got to achieve, I've got to pursue, and I'll get what I want, guys have a real hard time because they've been taught since they were little boys that that's how men and women interact with one another. It works great in the world of reality, or I should say dream world and make-believe, but in reality, when you do that stuff in real life, you get treated like a stalker and you get rejected like a stalker would get rejected. And so you don't get the desired outcome. Like I said, that's one concept that guys really have a hard time with, is because they're like, I got to do something to make her like me. And the reality is that you really just have to fucking back off and do nothing, go about your life, focus on your goals, focus on your career, focus on your business, focus on your purpose. And once a week, call her to invite her out for a date. And over the course of 2 or 3 weeks of doing that, once you start dating, and if she liked you, at least if her interest level was in the 50s to start off with, and you did more things right than wrong on your dates, then usually by the second, third week, maybe the fourth week, she's going to be, if you usually take 3 or 4 days to get back to her, to call her for them to arrange the next date, after 2 days have gone by, she may not want to wait. So she's going to text you or call you, tell you she was thinking about you, or what a great time she had the last time you were together, to facilitate you asking her out for another date. And so I got an email here from a guy who, he got dumped by his girlfriend because he was chasing her, he was being possessive, he was acting needy, and so she gave him the let's just be friends speech. And so he walked away, told her that, hey, I'm not interested in friendship, but give me a call if you change your mind. Well, the past 11 days, 9 out of the past 11 days, she's texted him or Skyped him, initiated some form of contact. And since he had asked her out twice previously over the course of a couple weeks, and both times, oh, I'm busy, I can't, and she didn't offer any other day to get together, it just showed that she wasn't interested. What I teach and what I learned was that you don't ask anymore, you don't bring it up, and you don't ask her out for another date unless or until she brings it up. Because one of two things are going to happen when you use this approach. Either she'll bring up getting together, or she'll stop calling you. In this particular guy's case, he's gotten to the point where he's feeling a little insecure, and he's getting tired of the fact that it's been almost 2 weeks now, and she's contacted him 9 times, but she hasn't brought up getting together, and so he's basically wanting to reiterate things to her to try to force something to happen, which would be a fucking mistake, because he's got her where he wants her, where she's frustrated with the fact that he's unavailable and he's busy, and this is what it takes. It takes her wondering, am I losing it? Is the reason he doesn't want to talk to me, or he's cutting our conversation short because maybe he's seeing somebody else? And that's the effect it has on her, because he never gave her the space to wonder about him or wonder where she stood about him, because he was constantly fucking calling her, texting her, blowing up her phone, basically acting like a needy little woman is how he was acting. That's why she's treating him this way. And so he says, hi, Corey, me again. Your advice and knowledge on making people improve themselves is second to none. You are a true humanitarian. Thank you. So to review, I started seeing this girl 9 months ago. I made tons of mistakes, neediness, possessiveness, etc. She gave me the let's just be friends speech, to which I gave her the getting your ex back speech. I then asked for 2 dates over the course of a few weeks and got rejected both times. I truly walked away because her actions demonstrated low interest. And I would say, good job, good for you for having the balls to do that. Because obviously what you were doing, chasing her, wasn't working. So you made 2 attempts at setting definite dates, and both times she said no. And so therefore, you don't ask anymore until she brings it up. Why? Because unless she brings it up, it means she doesn't want to see you. Common sense. Now, out of the past 11 days, she has initiated contact with me 9 times. I keep politely telling her that I'm busy and that it's nice talking to her and for her to keep in touch. I keep the conversation to a maximum of 5 to 15 minutes by always asking a few questions. The other day, she got nasty because she was trying to push me to converse more with her, and I didn't play ball. I then sent her a text along the lines of how to make her submit to you, which is basically in a nice way saying, don't talk to me that way. So once again, I tell her that I'm busy, keep in touch, bye. The other day, I turned my Skype to invisible, and I kind of felt she came online looking for me because she knows when I finish work, but she thought I wasn't online. I would say, you're grasping at straws, dude. You're trying to make something out of nothing, and you can't assume that it's always about you. And part of your problem is that you don't have any other chicks in your life, so you're totally fixated on this one girl, because I told you to go out and start dating other women and not to sit around and fucking wait on this girl, but you haven't listened to me. And so that's why you're suffering, and you're just sitting here obsessing over this girl, and it's causing you to not think clearly. That's when you fuck up and you make mistakes. I was thinking of telling her that I adore her and love her and I'm sorry for the hurt, blah, 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 but due to you not having any enthusiasm and having physical contact with me, I would rather spend my time with other girls that love seeing me and being with me. If or when you do change your mind about seeing me, then give me a call. I'd love to see you. And I'd say, why? You already did this. She turned you down twice. So what this tells me is basically you've gotten to the point where you're needy and you're insecure and you're feeling weak, and you want to try to force something to happen. Why? Because things aren't happening quick enough for you. But you're ignoring the simple fact that she's not brought up getting together with you. That's what you need to wait for, because until she brings it up, it means she's not ready to see you. And you don't want to go out on a date and spend money on a girl who's really not going to you're not going to have a good time with, because she's not really into it. And so one of 2 things is going to happen. She's either going to throw in the towel and ask you to do something or bring it up, or she's going to stop calling you. And either way, you'll get her or you'll get somebody better. He says, quite frankly, it's getting really boring having to say the same thing over and over again. As always, your advice is very much appreciated. And again, I would say bullshit. You're weak and you're needy. You're thinking incorrectly. You're fearful. And so therefore, you want to go back to the old way of chasing her, which is what got you rejected in the first place. What's the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So you just got to stick to your guns. You're about 11 days in here, and she's contacted you 9 times. Usually it takes 2 to 3 weeks, somewhere in that period, of you not bringing anything up and you're doing the same thing. It's like, I did the same thing when I was learning it, and it's hard, and you want to, because she's calling you, you want to just ask her out. But the bottom line is, when you did that in the past, it didn't work. And so when she gets to the point where her interest level is high enough to where she really wants to see you, then she'll bring it up. But until she brings it up, her interest level is not high enough, and you don't want to go out with a girl unless she has high interest in you. So if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibbia toolbar, which is at the bottom of your screen if you're watching this video on my website. Click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic that you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs maximum detailing your questions, your situation, and your challenges. And just give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of email from my paying phone coaching customers, and I obviously got to focus on their emails first. But be patient, I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session with me personally by clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.